Well, all right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, my brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. Pastor Dowell here, and guess what? You know I'm going to be talking about this Israel, Hamas, Gaza, Israeli war thing, right? But I'm going to come at you here with a little bit different spin and twist, which I believe is still the age-old playbook. I've been doing a little bit of research. I've been having brothers also send me a few things. And I pretty much have come to a conclusion that the reason why everything is escalated right now. Now, again, I realize that as Americans, and then some people globally who are actually watching my channel, which seems to be growing a lot, people have selective memory, hearing, or they just simply don't care and they forget. In 2007, when Hamas came into power, have we forgotten that that was Israel that actually were the ones who funded them and enforced them and made sure that they were in power? Sounds like something taken right out of the American book, huh? Remember when Saddam Hussein used to come to the the White House, and used to have meetings there with President Bush and all them. And then the next thing you know, we're over there in Saudi. We're over in Iraq, bombing the living hell out of it and took it over. Vast resources. Let me tell y'all something. Let us all don't forget this one fact right here. Geologists have already proven that over there in Gaza City, that they're sitting on 450 billion plus worth in dollars of a gold mine. Some people want to make this about the people, make this about religion. But for people who don't give a damn about stuff like that, this is about resources. This is about gas. This is about oil. And you know just as well as I do, the majority of the wars that have taken place in the last century has been about oil and gas. Well, now they're bombing the living hell out of Gaza. And let me throw this in there. I don't think a lot of people really truly comprehend and understand how much commerce, trade, goes through the actual Suez Canal. Now, I think that they are in the works of trying to make a Ben Gurion canal, but guess where at? In Gaza. Ooh, boy, this starts to get extremely interesting now, right? Poor souls. It's sad that a lot of people over there believe that they're dying for a religion or a faith or a piece of land when it's all about business. The military-industrial complex is all about business. Then Biden gets up and tries to parade up in front of the camera, talk about that I've talked to the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and let him know that I think that it is not going to work unless there's a two-state solution. Palestinians ain't getting a cut of nothing, though. Y'all got to remember that, right? And, of course, they've been talking about this ever since the Oslo Peace Accords with Yasser Arafat and Shimon Peres. And, you can go back to, it's the same old dog and pony show. And really what it's about, let's just tell it. The newly renamed area by the Europeans in the 40s called the Middle East, it is sitting on a gold mine of oil resources. Let's go ahead and tell it like it is. Most people don't want to hear it. Looks like we're here and only here. And a lot of people are dying heinous deaths at the expense of oil and gas. So while you have the news to divert you this way, now don't get me wrong, there is a lot of teeth in the game, especially concerning my land. This land is my land, and God gave this land to me. I still got that video on my computer because I knew they would take it down. And people have been fighting over that land for centuries. And you think they're fighting over that land because they give a damn about the land? It's about oil, resources, gas. That's what it's about. And that's where we find ourselves at. And we still find ourselves at this particular juncture today because everybody wants a piece of the pie. And what is it in it for Israel? What is it in for this new state called Israel? Well, they get a big, gigantic seat at the world table. You start controlling vast amounts of oil, which pretty much makes the world go around. You start controlling that, man, you get a good seat at the table if you are victorious. So it's going to be something to sit there and watch and see how they play all this out. Again, I feel sorry for a lot of people that are losing their lives because the whole purpose of all this is trying to build a brand new canal so that you can disturb the merchandise and the shipping that's coming from Asia through the Mediterranean, and to build a whole new canal to where you can control commerce. And if you can control commerce as a country, you become real rich. If you become real rich, you don't need the United States, you don't need China, you don't need nobody. As a matter of fact, people would be coming to you. Isn't it amazing how every country always seeks to be the head honcho in world domination? See, this is the stuff that is not told us. This is literally the stuff that's not told us. That's okay. It's the reason why Pastor Dowell is here. I'm here to help you read between the lines. Here to make it make sense. But I'll tell you one thing. Again, regardless of what's going on over there, I hope that you've been listening to me over these years and you've not wasted your time. I hope that you have developed food storage. I hope that you are taking care of your own homestead. I hope that you're armed and trained and ready mentally and physically. I really, truly do. Because I'm telling you, I can't trust my government, out of which I'm a veteran of. I mean, and if you go on YouTube, you'll probably see 99% of the veterans that are actually, if they're not politicians, because you know if their mouth moving their line, but they've been out there on the line, outside the wire, a veteran in service, after they got out, their eyes was wide open because they become more informed. When you get out of high school and stuff, you believe what you was taught in school, but it ain't until you become a man. You do your own independent research. You start seeing this thing from a world perspective, world view. You start to see you've been had and lied to. And most people still believe these fairy tales. They do. They believe these fairy tales with all of their heart, all of their soul, all of their mind, and all of their spirit. So you come out thinking that the Constitution of the United States of America is valid. You think that these people are benevolent. You think they have your best interest in mind. No, they don't. America definitely don't have best interest in mind. If you don't believe me, go ask the veterans that America wouldn't pay for World War II. And how they rolled out the National Guard. It's amazing how can you get people that's supposed to be cut from the same cloth and get them to fight against your own brothers who fought for this country. The government don't do nothing but use its people. All cannon fodder. They really don't give a shit, don't give a nickel's worth of rat's ass about us, and that's just a fact. Show me a time in history where the government ever really gave a damn about veterans. Let's just be real. Well, again, the diversion is in. Let me get y'all to look one way while really this is what the prelude is. And so many innocent civilians, old people, elderly people, women, children, non-combatives are suffering because of somebody else's greed. Yeah, pretty much. The greed. Man, I'm telling you, boy, these Neanderthal people, man, they're raising literal hell on this earth. I know one damn thing, somebody's got to be Edom. Somebody has definitely got to be Edom. And because what I read, it looks like that the book has been on point, prophecy's been right, it's been straight on, spot on, bang on, every single time. It's just that some people choose to keep their eyes wide shut. Well, let me end this video by saying this, that Jerusalem will be trodden down to the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. And right now it's being trodden down, and the time of the Gentiles is not yet fulfilled. But it's quickly coming to an end. Hope it says something to stimulate thought. I know I did in this one. Y'all, Wonderful Day King is coming.